Hey, welcome back to the Secret Underground Lair. It's been a little while since I put up a video, but we have a new project. I've been commissioned to build a table that looks like this. It is 53 inches from one end to the other, 50 inches across the top, 14 inches wide, 3 drawers, and a shelf. This is going to be made out of pine and will be stained with a multi-part steam process to kind of give it a ebony and kind of with some gray tones or gray flecks in it. So first, let me go grab a bunch of pine. So a quick visit to Woodstock and came back with some pine and actually have a little bit of other woods in here, some poplar, spruce, and basswood actually. So I don't think I'll be using this bit. These two pieces actually came out of an old tobacco kiln, so this is really nicely aged yellow pine. And I'll expect to be using these for the legs and the cross supports. That'll be these pieces. Then some more yellow pine here, and a couple real nice big pieces of yellow pine, well, wide pieces anyway, of yellow pine. This will be used for this shelf, most likely. That's what I plan to use it for. And then I have a bunch of this stuff here, and I have mentioned before, I think I have mentioned it before. This is a Brazilian pine. So not typically found in stores around where I live, but I happened to come across a bunch of this reclaimed stuff. And what I like about it is that it is close grained, straight, not free. It is just clear wood. Machines and sand's quite lovely. In fact, it can be made to look like teak. The same kind of grain as teak wood has. So a beautiful wood. So I'm going to be using this for the top and for the lower shelf. So that'll be this piece and this piece will be made out of this Brazilian pine. It's all going to be stained dark, ebony. So I'm not terribly concerned about any differences in coloration. That's all going to come out, pardon me for the pun, come out in the wash. Yeah, this will just be real nice, straight, clear, not free wood. So a nice alternative to what I would typically get with knotty pine. And with reclaimed wood, there's usually a bunch of pock marks and nail holes and so on. These pieces have very little of that. In fact, I think I'll be able to cut out all of it so that it'll just be nice, clear wood throughout. Come out to be a beautiful piece. So, unfortunately, some of this stuff is pith oriented, so there's going to be cracks running up the middle, as you can see here. So I'm going to be cutting these guys into strips of uniform width, and I'm going to do the same with these pieces here because it's not quite long enough, 48 inches from end to end, and I got to cut off these nails at the end, probably here. So I will have clear wood in the middle, probably about 42 inches, which means that we're going to have a couple segments scattered throughout the piece, throughout the top and the bottom, but in the end it'll come out very nice. So let me get set up to cut these pieces and we'll start assembling a top slab. So the first bit of getting all these boards trimmed down to size, of course, is getting a straight edge. So I've got a straight edge on our first piece here using our bed rail technique. So I'm going to set you up on time lapse to get through all of these other boards. That'll be these wide guys, these guys. I'll probably do these as well and get a straight edge on these. So a lot of little bits of cutting, so I'll put you on time lapse as I go through all that. cut now with a good clean edge on one side. So I've got all these nice pieces, 11 and a half, the wide ones, and about 10 and 3/4 or 10 and something on the other one. Yeah, nice clean edges all around, and clean edges over there. That top beam isn't as pretty as I'd like, but I'll probably wind up taking more off this side. That was actually 2 pieces glued together, so yeah, I may have a problem with that one. May wind up using some of this stuff laminated together for the legs, but we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So what I can do now is start focusing on these guys here, cutting them into strips, probably about 3 inches wide, 3 3/4 maybe, to get them ready to laminate into a top and shelf. So that's next on our agenda. To make the top and the lower shelf, I'm going to cut each of these boards into 3 5/8 inch wide strips that we'll glue together to make a single panel. It'll be 14.5 inches wide. So next operation then is using the table saw to rip all these pieces down. So I'll put you on time lapse as we go through that. So some of these boards had a little bit of cupping in them going this way. So as I was putting them through the saw, this edge would tilt up, which means that this side here is not going to be a perpendicular edge. So what I've done is I've set those boards off to the side here. Now we're going to go back through, and I'm going to just give a nice straight edge on this side. Then I can flip it over at 3.5 inches and get a perpendicular cut here. So a little bit of repair work now. Now that all the pieces are cut to the appropriate width, I'm going to run them all through the surface planer just to kind of get down, take off the rough cut here, get a little bit smoother finish on it, so there's a little bit less sanding to do. So put you back on time lapse, we'll go through all these pieces. A little bit farther with the thickness planer, the surface planer, but I'm going to go that far. When I glue the pieces together, edge to edge, I know that I'm going to have a little bit of unevenness, so there's going to be some sanding going on no matter what I do. So I'm going to stop there, and now we'll focus on gluing together these top and bottom panels. So next little episode on the table saw is just going to be squaring off these ends, just so that when 2 pieces meet end to end, as they will on this panel, they're going to be straight. And also, in addition to making the ends square, of course, I'll be getting rid of the imperfections at the end of the wood, you know, these nail holes. So cutting off about here on every piece. So I'll put you back on time lapse as I go through all of this end cutting. pieces laid out. Now we're gluing them together. So you've got to get crooked there. All of these pieces, so I kind of know where they're going to go together, and I've drawn lines across them so it's easy to line it up now that the glue is on. All right, there's the top all glued in. Had a little bit of trouble down in this area here with one piece wanting to warp a little bit, but was able to coerce it into place using these surface clamps. Yeah, we're glued up pretty well. I'm happy with that glue up. So I'll let that sit overnight, And then in the morning, I'll glue up the bottom part. Of course, this needs to be trimmed to size and sanded and all that stuff, but that's where we are today. So I'm going to call that a video. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow.